Hey guys, got a pretty cool little knife here for you today. It's the Spyderco Techno 2. But before we get into it, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Okay. I picked this up at the local gun store. Was in there looking for a 1911 and they didn't have any at the time. So I picked this up. It's the Spyderco Techno 2. I know I already said that, but I'll say it again. Titanium scales, which are really nice. They're gray. It's got the wire pocket clip on here, like like Spydercos are known for. This is in the same family as the Sleesh Buoy and the Spidey Chef, but this one's a lot smaller. 2.5-inch blade. It is a sheep's foot. It is CTS XHP steel. Now I don't know a whole lot about that steel, but it seems to be a pretty decent steel. Spyderco uses it on other knives and people seem to like it. You can see the reflection. You can see my reflection in the blade there. It has a stone washed finish, but it's very high polished, and it really don't come through as well on the camera as it does, in person in real life. Especially like when you're outside, you could blind somebody with this thing. But it is a real. See, like you can see, that's me moving my hand. That's how polished that blade is. But yeah, this is a really nice little knife. It's not very big. It's 5.9 inches in overall length. The cutting edge looks to be pretty, looks to be like the whole blade, It's got a little sharpening choil, tiny little sharpening choil, kind of, right there. Of course, the Spidey hole. It does have the maker's mark right there. The guy that does this knife, I can't pronounce his name. From what I understand, he's Polish, but that's his maker's mark right there. And then you got the Spyderco, and you got the Spyderco symbol on this side. Right there. This is a frame lock, so push the frame over like that, close her up. Now it has the cutout here for the thumb, so you can flick it out. This side is kind of flattened, so it's not as, you gotta really work to get your finger down in there. People with fat fingers aren't gonna be able to do a Spidey flick, but I can do it. I don't have fat fingers, so I can Spidey flick this pretty easy. This has got a smooth action, man. This thing, it flies out of there. Flies out of there big time. Phosphor bronze washers. It's got a nice action. Just flings out. Minimal effort. The handle on here is kind of fat. Oh, and it's got these little green spacers in there. Some people don't like. I do. I like the color green, so I like that a lot. The pocket clip works real good, but like I was saying, how fat this handle is, it actually does give you some. It does feel like it's in your hand. You can get a nice, good grip on it. It's got good jimping up here on the top, so you can get a good grip on it. There's a little bit of a hot spot because this pocket clip is kind of pushed over to the side for this lanyard hole. Once again, knife companies making modifications for the few and not the many. But because they moved that pocket clip over, I do get a little bit of a hot spot right here on the edge, digging into my hand. But it's not too bad. It's still a very usable knife. I've had this knife for a couple months now, and I use it pretty frequently. Find it in my pocket a lot because it's just so small. It's also very friendly looking. It's not an aggressive looking knife. So, like, if you're out and about and you got to use your knife, it's not aggressive looking. Sheep's foot. It's just kind of, is what it is. You know, it don't look like a tactical knife. It don't look like a big scary knife. But definitely enough cutting surface on here to, you know, get a job done. And very, very sharp. It has a flat grind on it. And I tell you, this is a very slicey blade. Let's do a little measurements. .13 on the blade thickness. .47 on the handle thickness. So there you go. Yeah, it ain't too big. It's big enough for a small knife, so you know a person with larger hands can use it, but it's also good for a person with small hands. Definitely more friendlier for a person with small hands if you want to spidey flick it. If you like to spidey flick it, having smaller hands is a nicer thing. It is drop shutty too. But you gotta be careful though, because see, like that edge just fell right on my thumbnail, so you gotta be careful. But it is drop shutty. I believe the pivot, if I remember right, is T8, and I think the body screws are too, but not the pocket clip screws. But I gotta tell you though, this thing is solid. No blade play, no up and down, left or right. It is solid, and this frame lock just really locked. It's like a little mini bank vault, and it's solid as hell. So really nice knife. I picked this up. It was in the store. I got a little bit of a discount on it, but it was I paid like $2.30 for it. Was the price, and then after taxes and everything, it was a little bit more than that because I did buy it in store. Like I said, didn't get a 1911 that day, but I did get a I do have a 1911 now, and that video will be coming up shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to share this. Show this really cool little spider. And I saw this in the store. I just wanted to look at it because I was like, man, I've been looking at something with a titanium handle, and I just didn't know what I wanted to get. And I saw it there. They had a bunch of Spydercos. I grabbed it, put it in my hand. I was like, it's a little small. I've been kind of getting into the more of the bigger knives. But then I made a mistake. I did that, and I was like, that's nice. That is nice. And then I went to go spidey flick it, fumbled it on the first try, fumbled it on the second try, but then the third try I was like, I got it. And then ever since then I was hooked. I was like, yep, I gotta have it. And I think I got a pretty decent deal for getting it in the store. You know, you're always gonna pay a little bit more usually than you will online, but it wasn't much more. It's like a few bucks. You know, just because of taxes. If I would have bought it on like Blade HQ or something like that, you know, I wouldn't have to pay taxes or anything. By the way, I will post a link to this knife if you want to pick one up from Blade HQ down in the description. It's not an affiliate link. I just like to post links to Blade HQ. I like their company, so that's where I usually mostly place my links, unless I can't, and I will give you somewhere else. But this is still in stock. Just looked. So it's still there. Yeah. But I like this little knife. Spyderco Techno 2. Great little pocket DC knife. It is a little pricey. It's, you know, it's 230 bucks. So, but you get real nice. It's the fit and finish is just excellent. Stone wash blade is one of the best I've ever seen. That, like, as far as it's really nice. Love this blade. I love this knife in general. Sorry if I'm a little biased, but I discovered this knife and I love it. Alright, that's about it. Oh, it weighs 3.5 ounces. I don't have my scale here, Gotta put batteries in it, and I haven't done it yet. But 3.5 ounces. So it is a little heavy for a small knife, but not too bad. Don't be a wimp. But yep, that's all I got for you guys tonight. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, follow me on my upside down Instagram at red_4570, and you guys have a good one. Adios.